there's a whole lot of magic. A virtually impossible, invisible universe powers every message, every moment, every alert. It's a universe administered by the mobile phone industry. And it's the center of our universe this evening. Tonight, it's all about celebrating that universe and every element that gives it light. And in light of that fact, I'm going to hand the microphone to someone who really understands how this magic universe operates. Please put your hands together for Rajiv Makani and Vikram Chandra.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening, how's everybody doing? So, I know that has got to be the most tepid response we've ever had when we walked onto stage, so
yeah,
maybe we'll just...
No, hang on. I think they're struggling to get the mics to work. That's why it's tepid. And actually, the response will really pick up when I throw you off stage, but that's later.
Yeah, that's the end performance, for sure.
Okay, are the mics working now?
Okay, the last... Okay, they want us to go a little behind from the speakers. I think we're too close to the speakers.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going on testing the mics. Are these working now? Everyone can hear me? Do you want me to start singing?
Unfortunately, no.
I thought you were going to say no.
You can't hear me? So you're basically saying that
this is right now the perfect situation. You can hear me, but you can't hear him.
Yeah,
that's
I was about to say that's the most unfortunate, of course. Okay, so any time when you guys decide that I can be part of the show? Yeah, can you imagine the two gadget gurus in a tech award, and what fails us? Technology.
Okay, I think we're nearly ready. We'll start.
So once again, should we just do a test? How's that now? Can the barman behind hear me? Could I have a shot of tequila? Yes. No.
Does that mean no? I think he said no.
Yeah, that means he's waiting.
Okay, let's wait for all these people to sit down.
Please do take your seats, please. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Now we have lots of people coming in, so I think we should get started because everybody else is already here in the front row.
Yeah, let's go.
Everybody's looking nice and happy, so I think we should get started.
Yeah, get the one ready. Just move to the right place. Carry on. Okay, if everyone's ready, we can kick off. Sorry, we're just pausing to wait for all the cameras to start rolling. Now that that's ready, I think we can start. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the 13th of January, 1946, you actually had a situation where comic strip detective Dick Tracy first began to use his trademark two-way wrist radio. 1946.
So 1946, and obviously if my memory serves me right, the reason you know so much about it is because Vikram was right there, 1946. He'd already achieved puberty, and
your memory had already started to fail in 1946. It just shows how old you are, so let's not go into that.
Okay, so this is the good one where we know now where Vikram was in 1946. And on the 12th of September 2017, Apple announced that you could make phone calls from the Apple Watch Series 3 with, of course, their cellular collection. I must tell you before we go forward, all of you that are very hopeful that, oh my God, finally I have a watch that I can talk into, won't be coming to India. This is the entire telecom sector. Every single person out here that matters knows about this. Unfortunately, the Apple Cellular Watch will not work in India because you need an eSIM, a virtual SIM.
And we are looking to all you guys to get that set up really, really fast, please. We want the phone. I'm seeing somebody holding a thumbs up there, so I'm looking at you to get that thing activated.
No, but we need to know from you, sir, are you saying you're hopeful too that it will happen? Are you saying you'll get it to happen? Or you're saying you will get it, you will make it happen? Okay, great. So everything is connected, but with the Apple Watch 3, that's what they're trying to break, the connection with the Apple iPhone. Why don't we get a mic to him? This is interesting because this may well be
just about to
our
announce how
greatest
we're getting an
problem just
Apple Watch
solved
3.
right
This is
now.
breaking news out here. Yeah, okay, just shout.
So is your surname Cook, sir? I mean, any connection? So you just want, no? Okay. I just wanted to be sure. Not even job, right? Nothing. Okay, I'm going to get a mic to you first.
Yeah, there, mic's coming. And we're now looking to you personally for ensuring that it works.
Okay, you're good.
You know, we took this,
I think it's
It's
working.
okay, we can hear you. Yeah.
we took from Bhagavad Gita, everything is connected. It's machine to machine. It's not that fiber to machine or radio to machine. It's from Bhagavad Gita, everything is connected.
Okay.
And
I actually thought it would have... Okay, fine.
On the basis of that, I know the metaphysical has just come into play.
You know, have you spent a lot of time with Rajiv Makhani in the past?
yes, that's
You
what-
have spent time with him?
Yes.
It shows, because that's exactly what he does. When I'm trying to get a technological answer out of him, he also goes into metaphysics. Okay, you were talking about the Watch 3.
So
Can you
in
carry
all
on?
probability now that there is some hope with this gentleman, in all probability the Apple Cellular Watch may not work, but that happened in 2017, and for that I was there, physically there at Apple Park.
Okay, look, essentially, what I think we're trying to say is it's difficult to state precisely when the age of mobile communications began. Did it begin when Martin Cooper made the first public handheld cellular phone call in 1973? That's another possibility.
Or when
Look at
mobile
that.
phones stopped weighing 100 kilos, the one that you had to lift up and actually say, this is my mobile
Yeah,
phone.
that's also possible. But what we can say, all of us in this room, what we can say definitely and distinctively is that September 27th, 2017 marked the beginning of a new era.
Truly,
right in
because
that?
that's the day we saw the launch of the very first India Mobile Congress. That needs a seriously big applause, much bigger than when Vikram starts any of his shows.
All right, Rajiv, now, you pretend to travel the world for work. Pretend.
Okay.
And you've been to Barcelona, you've been to Beijing, you've been to San Jose, you've been covering mobile conferences. Tell me honestly,
Okay.
as honest as you can be in front of a stage with everyone who's behind it here,
True.
how good was it?
So I have to
How
say,
good
you know,
is it?
every time, and I've said this on my shows, I've said it otherwise, every time I go to these events, Mobile World Congress, IFA in Berlin, or CES in Vegas, I always think it's amazing to see those, but I also always think that it's incredible that such a dynamic country like ours, where we have an event for shoes, we have one for plastic, one for food, for literally every single industry. And in this country, we do not have a technology event, a mobile event. So I have to say, this is a great start. It's an incredible start that we've had. And hats off to everything that we've achieved out here.
And we've
It's a
got the
great
who's who of the Indian telecom industry right here in attendance, all those people from the government, from private sector, and a fantastic value. Trust me, I think this is right up there with the best that we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, this is the start. If the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona had this as their first year, they would have been jumping for joy. So to everybody out there, front row and otherwise associated with it, everybody who's attending, congratulations. Give yourself a tap on your, a good pat on your back. Great start
Okay.
to the IMC.
Now
so
let's-
exemplary people, and that's why exemplary jury also for this event and awards.
So we're going to make a splendid event absolutely fantastic. So let's get on now with the actual awards. And you want to start introducing the jury
Yes,
for
absolutely.
the IMC recognition and excellence?
Yes, this is the jury for the IMC Recognition for Excellence 2017. May I please have Manoranjan Mahopatra, CEO Mahindra Comviva, to join me on stage. Is he around? Abhay Jere is also part of the jury, VP and Head of Persistent Labs at Persistent Systems Limited, and Anup Tiwari, Corporate Vice President, Business Services, HCL. Any of them here? I've called all three. If I can quickly come to know if they're here or they're not here. Any of them?
Okay, I don't see them. So
Okay, they haven't made it as yet, or they are meandering around the bar. So one of the two things for sure.
Okay, let's
we'll get them. So let's move forward then and talk a little bit about facts and figures. So India's telecommunication network is now the second largest in the world. Estimated 1.18 billion mobile phone users. Estimated number of mobile internet users is approximately 420 million.
Now, we could make the usual comparisons and tell you how there are more phones than loos in India, or how the number of India mobile internet users is more than the population combined of US and UK and Sweden. But hey, you probably know that already.
So do you know, I'm going to ask you one question. So they say that now in India there are more smartphone users than actually babies being produced. Do you know why?
Because it's a more interesting way to spend an evening.
Okay, now you just described your night, but for other people, it's for other people. The reason is that, you know, you're actually, when everybody's on their smartphone even at night, you're not doing the recreational activity required to actually make the baby.
By the way, that's exactly what I said in a slightly more polite
I thought you
fashion.
just described your life, so I said, okay,
No, I
let me
didn't.
give
Okay,
that to you.
Can we get back to business? All this explosive growth that we are seeing hasn't happened by accident. It's the combined effort of the government, the private sector, and a few really far-sighted individuals. And that's what's taken India's mobile industry to where it is today.
That's very true. From the first public mobile phone call in India, a conversation between the then Union Telecom Minister and the Chief Minister of Bengal.
To the launch of 3G, 4G, and soon, hopefully, 5G.
Hanji, that's true. That's
Not Haji, 5G. But, you know, essentially, I think we've got to take a look at the fact that the mobile industry doesn't operate in a vacuum. You know, connections, connectedness, all of that is being built by a large number of people.
That's really true. What all we're seeing today is an absolute revolution from a biometric identification system that's revolutionizing India in every which way. We're seeing the seeds of that change everything that we do every single day. Some, of course, don't like every part of it, but you don't have to love it all. But it is changing things around.
And all these organizations are connected. A space organization that's become about so much more than just exploration and stargazing. You've got an agency that's responsible for the Indian military's research and development, seeding the entire ongoing telecom revolution in the bargain. All of these big, huge organizations doing sterling work are all coming together.
Well, that's true. So I'm sure you've got the hint. We're obviously referring to the first set of awards that we're going to go into now. For this first phase of recognition, could I please request Mr. Arvind Bali, the CEO for Videocon, and Mr. Rajan Matthew to please join us on stage. I'm going to request for one mic on stage with us, please. Good to have you here. How are you doing?
Hey, how are you, sir? Hi. Ah, there comes the mic. So I'm going to get the mic, and then I'm going to announce the first of the winners.
So, Mr. Bali, I can't ask Mr. Matthews how has the entire event been, because we obviously have, vested interests out here. He's behind it.
Are you calling him biased? Are you accusing him of being biased in this?
For his own event, what can would you actually say this isn't the greatest ever? It is the greatest ever, absolutely. Now, but absolutely, let's give that a big hand. Amount of effort put in, right? But from you, I want to know, IMC, the first one ever, you obviously had some expectations. They couldn't have been that it was going to be this big, right? So, has this taken you by surprise, shock, awe?
Yeah, actually, in 2015, when it was conceived, I was also...
Can you hear him? No, I think they usually always give you a mic that's not on. For some reason, that's a rule in doing stage events. There, it's on now.
So, in 2015, when this whole idea was conceived, I was also EC member of 7 CEOs, and Rajan, I think we decided that we should have. And, all Barcelona event, we used to meet you there. So we thought that, our country also need to have something similar. Correct. I think we should have, because at least maximum participation used to be from our country. And then, you know, all of us were going
Maximum
there.
people in the hall walking around also used to be from our country.
Yeah, that's
So we
right.
had no real reason to be there, but you know, the cocktails used to be good in
Right.
the evening. So you're right, completely. We were very well represented
Right.
at the Mobile World Congress evening
So
cocktails.
it's
So we decided at that time, you know, like we should have something like that. But honestly, you know, like I was part of all the development which was happening, and we were participating in the exhibition also. But the day, yesterday when I came, and I saw everything, it was totally unbelievable. Unbelievable, and I think I have complimented practically each and every member of COI. I think these guys have done a great job. Superb job.
Anybody he hasn't complimented, he's doing it right now from the stage.
Folks like K&D who worked with us, they need a hand of
Yes,
applause for their
absolutely.
time.
Can I also say that for all the nice things that you said, Mr. Matthews has just announced a 25% discount for VideoCon for next year when you participate.
Yeah, that's right.
So your booth will be 25% cheaper than what you
right.
paid.
Okay, Rajiv, can we get on with the awards? Let's just announce the first of the big Impact Awards. And this goes to the organization that's behind India's space program. It's now fast becoming one of the envies of the world. A couple of weeks back, I was in Silicon Valley, and you had a number of people talking about the work that ISRO was doing and the records that it's setting in their PowerPoint presentations. And I can tell you it was a really proud moment. So the first Big Impact Award to ISRO.
Let's give them a big hand. This is incredible work that they're doing. I'll leave it to the two of you to present the award. Hi, congratulations. Very good to have you here. Please. Many congratulations.
So the first impact maker, ISRO. Just wanted to get a quick word from you.
Yes, we'd
How
like to.
are you doing?
You
How
are
you
the
setting up
first
these
impact
records?
maker. You're the first in so many other things, so this is not an unfamiliar position for you for sure, but we'd love to hear from you about ISRO and about what you feel about this.
Okay, first of all, on behalf of ISRO, I'm glad to receive this award. Chairman ISRO was there in the morning to deliver a lecture on how we're trying to connect satellites and mobile phones and try to reach all the aspects of societal applications. Now, this is a tremendous achievement, receiving this award in particular, but also what we're trying to do. And I'm happy that on behalf of so many other scientists and engineers working for ISRO, and today we have made a mark around this in world today. I'm just back from an assignment in France where I was serving in the Indian Embassy in Paris. And it gave me a different perspective when you look from outside of what people think about ISRO. And today there's a lot of respect. Today people see us as their equals in terms of technology. And when we want to have some collaborations with different countries, it's more on an equal level rather than, so that's a change.
Wow.
That's a change that we see today. Thank you.
That's great. Many congratulations.
Congratulations again. So ISRO flying high, literally. Thank you and congratulations again. And Vikram, we have one more winner, moving on to the next winner, right? Yeah. And of course, once again, it's an organization that I think we all are seeing the impact of. We're all seeing what they're doing that is changing lives on a daily basis. The next one, an impact award, goes to DRDO. Matthews.
Many congratulations. So, I have to ask you a quick question. So, so many fantastic projects rolling out under DRDO, some more challenging than the others. Which do you think would be the one project that you're really looking out for right now and you think it's really making a major impact?
I'm from DRDO. And then obviously, I'm not expected to talk much. So
The ones that are making the most impact are not,
I think
known out there.
DRDO is making great strides in cybersecurity, and that will continue to, that is the focus of the country at the moment. I think we'll continue to work in that. I won't be able to name any specific project. It will be unfair to other projects also, and obviously other limitations. Thank you.
All right, so cyber security, that's an interesting one and probably really, really valid. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And there's a special mention, I think all of us need to put our hands together for an organization that's done incredible work. The entire India stack that we are talking about, payment systems, all of this is on the back of the achievement of this organization. And I'm talking, of course, about Aadhaar and about UIDAI. Can you just put your hands together for that organization?
Yeah, this is a special mention for them, and we truly believe they're doing incredibly amazing work. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you.
All right, Rajiv, now before we move on to the next phase of recognition, I'd like to introduce you all to a really, really interesting man. Now, he's written 4 books, 200 plus peer-reviewed journals, magazines, conference papers, delivered 100 plus keynotes, panels, tutorials, and is a fellow and a distinguished lecturer of the IEE and as a chair professor in wireless communications at King's College London, where, of course, he directs the Center for Telecommunications Research.
Enough. You know, don't have to carry on about me. I'm very flattered that you would describe everything I've achieved, but I've just got started, you know, Vikram, and it doesn't look nice there.
I'm talking about the chair professor at King's College London, not Makni University in Ludhiana. So, can we please have on the stage Misha Dollar? It's Professor Misha Dollar. It's great to have you with us. There he is.
Great to have you here. How strange that your entire work and career is exactly equal to what I was doing. I got very confused here about it. Yeah, it's a slightly different university. Mine was in Punjab, yours is out there in UK, but other than that, almost the same.
Ask him how many peer-reviewed articles he's got.
How many books did you do, right?
Yeah.
So if you were to write...
And by the way, the only peer who's going to review his stuff is going to be me, and guess what I have to say about it? It'll never pass.
So in terms of number of books I've written, if you were to write another 94, you would be exactly equal to mine. No,
all right, I'm going to ask...
Great to have you here.
I know you're going to be performing something for us, but I'm going to hand you the mic and ask you to explain to us what exactly the work that you're doing on 5G. It's starting to make a major impact, potentially, on the way theater functions, the way music concerts are held. Tell us a little about it, and then we'll see a demo.
Right, so we took the engineering design from a different angle. Typically we do the bottom-up one, we're designing the systems and we're trying to sell it on to the final customers, and they're wondering, why do we need this, right? So I said, hey, with 5G, we're going to turn it around, we're going to do a top-down. So I started with the industries first. I said, hey guys, let's sit together and figure out, why do you actually need 5G? Maybe 4G is good enough, maybe even 3G is good enough. So we sat together and we figured out quite a few interesting use cases, and one of them is in the performing arts world, which is the other half of my world in a sense, and we work with the National Theatre in London, the Young Vic, and the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts, and we established a really interesting business model because these guys get invited very often to tour the UK or Europe, but they can't do it because the stage is too small to host both the actors as well as the musicians. There's a lot of action going on between both. So we developed now a 5G technology which allows us to virtualize, in a sense, the musicians. They can stay in London, beam them into a real performance somewhere else in the UK or in Europe, and maintain a really close relationship. Wow. Ultra low delay, high data rate, that's what 5G is all about.
That's what we're about to see a great demonstration of, right?
Oh, yes,
what
absolutely.
What we're going to do is we'll go off stage to actually take a look at this. So you're going to go right there. The stage is all yours.
Right, thank you. So I would need now the screen of my computer, if that's possible. So what you're going to see now is I hope we can bring my machine up, is the A 5G system, I have it here in a very small box. You don't see the radio of it at all. It is the core network and the radio access network. It's not super stable, so we're going to give it a try. What I'm launching now is different quality of service categories of the network. So you're going to see an ADSL line being emulated. Let me start that and hope it works. So I'm launching now the virtual machine, which is running through different network configurations. So ADSL, low quality. We have then the DSL connection. We got then going on to 4G and 5G. It's going to rotate. And hopefully the camera is going to come up in a moment, which is that stage camera here. And it's going to show you essentially the quality of that video being played through. So we need to wait a little bit. I need to kill time here, which is very simple because I'm going to tell you a little bit the story from what I'm going to play. So I launched my 5th album in Los Angeles in March, and I'm going to play you one piece from that album, which is why the grand piano is right here, okay? So let's hope it works. It's not super stable. Let's give it a try. Let's see. Can you hold the microphones in there? Can you just hold the microphone? Yeah, because I'm not quite sure. Right, so here you see. Well, leave this one there. All right, let's give it a try. On? Yeah. So it's going to rotate the quality. That's it. And it worked, right? So here you go. 5G system in action. I know where my presenters are. They are off the stage. They're gone. Here they are. Have you enjoyed that?
We were enjoying the performance.
Yeah.
I can go on, right? As university professor, I can talk infinitely. And as pianist, I can play infinitely. So here you go. So yeah, that was a little bit to show. So this system now is going to be trialed commercially with the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts. Ed Kemp, the director, is pretty much excited about this. So.
Absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
We love the music.
Very good. I have something for you. A little present. My 5 albums for both of you. You need to decide who likes classical music more.
Well, he certainly doesn't, so I'll keep them.
Okay.
So
it's for you.
That's
all
a simple
5
one
have
to
been
do.
taken by
That's
him,
a simple one to do. He likes nursery rhymes, stuff
But
like
you have
that.
to tweet about it.
I'll tweet about it. I'll do that.
All right,
I
that's
promise.
awesome.
See you guys.
Thank you so much. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank
Mr.
you.
Dola, great having you with us. Well, I have to say that was certainly music to all of our ears, and I'm very happy to see that the piano was actually being played by the professor and not by AI.
Yeah, AIO, right, that's very true.
God, while Rajiv revisits his childhood, let's move on to the next phase of recognition, startups with a difference. Now, not every tech revolution is fueled by deep pockets and hard-nosed businessmen. Many are conceived over cups of hot tea and, games or pool.
So the startup phenomena is an interesting one. It's what built Silicon Valley, and it's what gives birth to all of what we are doing right now, including social media. If India right now is exactly what we are thinking about, we are the startup capital now for the entire world. Startups have given an established business a run for their money, and in some cases driven them out from business. From Flipkart to Paytm, I could go on. I mean, the number of companies that we can actually cite out here that have done what no other company has done before. India is right there in the middle of it all.
And let's face it, startups right now are the core. We keep talking about the economic problems that we are facing right now. You ask most people in government about it, what are you going to do about jobs, what are you going to do about the economy? They just look at you and they say, startups. Startups are the answer. Startups is what's going to fuel everything. Startups, in short, means business. So now let's celebrate some of the best startups around there.
Yes, but before that, so we had a special jury for our Startup Awards. I'm going to introduce that jury to you first, and then we will move on with actually felicitating and celebrating the winner. Our jury for this section is comprised of Mr. Amarjeet Gupta, lead founder and managing director, CEO, QED Sigma Innovations Private Limited. I'm sure he's here. If you can have you on stage, please. Mr. Gupta. Mr. Rajesh Sharma, founder and director, Let's Comply. Mr. Ashutosh Bhardwaj, who's an angel investor, iMade. Mr. Sharad Arora, managing director, Sensorise Digital Services Private Limited. And Mr. Anurag Vibhuti, deputy director, Telecom Center of Excellence. Can we have all of you on stage? There we are. You can take this path. This path has a lot of interesting speakers. Thank you so much. Welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Hey, how are you? Hi. Hi.
So I hear you had an interesting day today with...
I got the mic.
Yeah. I heard you had an interesting day today with going through all the startups that were demonstrating or presenting. Take us through what did you do today till you finally came to the conclusion that here's a winner.
Good evening. One thing that I guess I should share with everyone, it was such a tough competition. Each and every startup that presented was like top notch. I've witnessed startups pitches in Silicon Valley. I've witnessed startup pitches in Bangalore, which is sort of our Silicon Valley. The quality, the clarity of business, the positioning, how they're going to monetize it, and the problem that they're solving was superb. We were very impressed. So you want to add something?
We are trying to find out the best of the innovations in the country. It was a tough decision for us. Each one was better than the other. And still we tried to find out. It's those who won may not have been those who could not. It's just that at that time we found them to be better than the others. So everyone was equally good.
It's really tough to pick these winners. Any thoughts from you on either the winners here or the startup ecosystem in general?
Yeah, of course. In fact, there and it was really, really tough. And having such a great environment and so many, good startups, I can see certainly, in fact, they are going good startups. I can see certainly, in fact, they are going to
Good, sit down.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you, Vikram. Thank you, Ramki. So we're moving on. Our second performer of the evening, someone who practices a really intense and complex dance form. She's been learning Kuchipudi dance since the age of 4 and has performed for dignitaries such as Sushma Swaraj, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, Dr. Manmohan Singh, and of course today for all of you. Today to mesmerize us with her grace is Kuchipudi exponent Saloni Sharma. Please give her a big hand.
This also with you. We leave these with you.
That was truly stupendous. Very nice. What a great performance, Vikram.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, time to get on to our final set of special awards. And this is sort of terrain that we spend a lot of our time dealing with.
Yes, we're now in
Impact for
absolutely
users.
familiar territory, right? And the first one here we're talking about is, we thought we'd literally do everything with apps today, right? If you're a hardcore smartphone user or simply just Instagram, Facebook addict, this is what we're doing. Apps completely and totally rule our lives. So we thought we'd crown the app that we think has acceded to the throne of the greatest so far.
Yeah, apps ruling our world, ruling our lives, and what better place to kick it off in this sort of an award at a mobile conference. Apps very much rule it all. So can I just invite C.B. Velayuthan, the VP Global Business, Partner Business for Nokia Technologies, if we can get him in here. And Sriram Gopalakrishnan.
Director General, CUAI.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing? Good to have you here.
Good. Hi. Come.
Good to have you.
Good to have you. All right, let's start with the first award, the app that we are
I'm
recognizing
going to find out
today.
from them the favorite
You're
app
interrupting
that
me
you
in full
use
flow
right
as
now.
always.
The only thing you cannot choose is anything within an ecosystem that you've either invested in or you own.
Best app.
Best app that you use this year.
I mean, the maximum time I spend is on WhatsApp if you talk about the apps.
Okay, that's actually very true, right?
WhatsApp,
Okay.
yeah.
What about you? Anything different? Anything that Nokia did not make?
Well, He's about to say the NDTV News app.
There you go, exactly. No, I think, and I live in California, in Los Altos. One of the apps which I think has been very useful, which actually works here too, is this app called Life 360. We have a 14-year-old, so to be able to see him biking to school and back, and me and my wife knowing where we are, it's an incredibly nice app. She's able to track me here, even though she's out there. So it's a pretty useful, good app.
She's seeing Vikram right now?
She's seeing
This
now.
does
She
not
just
represent normal Indians.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out. Let me not be rude. Let me be polite. Let me be good. There's a lot of people out here, a lot of people watching, including his wife, so I'm not going to be rude to Rajiv right now. Instead, I'm going to announce the award. The winner in the app segment, something that really has helped us to cash in on every single day. It's leading in the race to become cashless. It's making all of our lives so much simpler. The app of the year, Paytm.
Oh, wow. Yes, in many ways, I think life-changing for everybody. And of course, I think the run of luck also went with them.
Yeah.
Right?
Gaurav Sharma, I think, is here, AVP Marketing Paytm. I'm told he's here. Yeah, there he is. Hi.
Hey, congratulations.
Congratulations, Gaurav. Very good to have you here. Thank you. Please.
Can I get that mic back? Because I have to ask him a question.
Yeah.
Oh, there. So tell us, now, 7-8 months have passed since demonetization. Many of us are still trying to recover from the shock and the trauma. I know that the Indian economy is trying to recover from the shock and the trauma, not doing a really good job. One of the main benefits that people say has emerged from all of this is that rise of digital payments, and an inflection point has been reached. Tell us, you're more plugged into this than any of the rest of us. Is it really happening, digital payments inflection point?
Hi. First of all, thanks to the jury for giving the award. Thanks to the customers who have shown trust in us. And answering your question, right, demonetization was an important step in terms of digital economy. What we have
So
seen,
you're the one person who's happy in a country of 1.3 billion.
we would like to believe that a lot of people are happy. We have seen the transactions have not died down. People are continuously using it, right?
Okay.
To the people who is going and buying something from a merchant, scanning the QR code, it's still adding value to it. So I think there are a lot of people are still using it, which shows that it has actually helped not just me, but a lot of people around.
Yeah. All right, that's the Paytm app that you're
Yes,
talking
that's
about.
for
All
sure.
right,
That's
great.
for sure. But you know, they do say that even if you had come up with the world's greatest marketing campaign, even if you had spent $1 billion, even if you had come up with the most strategic online, offline, digital, non-digital marketing campaign ever, you couldn't have done what demonetization did for Paytm. Is that true?
So we were well prepared. We were well prepared for it.
You mean to say Paytm knew about the
No,
organization?
no, I'm
You
not.
have an announcement now?
No, we're not saying. The fact was that our aim was to bring as many people as to the digital economy. This was open to all, and I think we were the first one to actually grab for it. Yeah.
All right.
Great, congratulations.
Well, great,
Very
fantastic.
Well
you know, obviously lots of other payment platforms are now coming, including Google Pays and the rest of it. Let's see how the competition pans out. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much. Let's move on. The next one. In all the time that we spend oohing and eyeing about our favorite electronics, sometimes we forget the hidden heroes in our own homes. The mass use, the wide range appliances that make our daily lives, a little easier. That's what we're going to reward today.
So it's now time to recognize those relatively unsung stars. Technology innovation of the year, and that innovation is really, really important.
Okay, so sometimes it's just very, very hard to pick a favorite, right? I mean, we've done this in multiple events across the year, and sometimes the competition is so amazing, it becomes very, very difficult to pick a favorite.
And I have to say, Rajiv, it's becoming tougher because of a good reason. I have to say that the last year, year and a half, has seen the most incredible innovation that we have seen in technology in a long, long time back. 4 or 5 years ago, Rajiv and I would do shows like this, and we said technology innovation, okay, we'd be struggling to come up with something. Now, virtually every week, every month, something is coming up which is saying, wow, that's a dramatic change.
Yeah, and I'm going to use two phrases. Both of them have 2 words, and that really describes what we're about to achieve out here with rewarding this one. So, is it perfect black? Okay, or is it virtual reality? Can you guess what we're talking about? What could be the winners right now? Perfect black or virtual reality? Any guesses? On perfect black, no? VR. Well,
VR, all right.
VR is out there. On perfect black, any guesses? What could be a winner that uses the term perfect black? Anybody? Sorry? Okay, carbon mobile is one. What else? Anybody else on perfect black? Okay, I'll solve this for you. It's really, really simple. Technology Innovation of the Year will be shared by the HTC Vive and the LG OLED, perfect black. 2 winners. Congratulations. Hi, congratulations. Good to have you here. Come.
Hey, congratulations. So, why don't you get one of them? Or why don't you take this one here?
2 winners, yes. Let's hold that out and get a picture. Okay, great. Quick word now. I want to understand about everything that makes what you think the reason that your product, your company has won. One sentence could be the next tagline now for your product.
I think one of the...
Is it not on? It is, I think. Yeah.
I think it's one thing that I can say about this product. It's all about experience. Once you experience it, it'll completely change your thinking, and it completely transforms what VR can do. Starting from, let's say automotive or any other industry. Right now in India, we're touching close to 10 to 12 industries. So we can easily say we're going to touch much more. So it's going to transform in the coming days.
Okay, and we think the implementation of the HTC Vive is way ahead and above of anything.
Yeah, and some of those games that you can play on that are fantastic. LG, how do you think you really seem to have shaken up the entire TV market with the Signature and others? Is that success rolling on, or now competition is starting to come?
Yeah. The OLED technology is really the innovative one. From the January this year, we got a lot of award from the Consumer Electronics Show in the United States, and then it goes to Europe and go to Australia, Singapore. Finally, we could see that boom is coming through also in the India. So the OLED technology, especially OLED TV, will bring the cinema to your house.
Correct.
So LG, the OLED TV will make your life is better. So you can enjoy the cinema at your home, as you can see, enjoy at the cinema theater. Yeah.
Good. I think great way to get your tagline also in life better, life good.
Yeah.
So LG, so very well done.
Thank you both so much.
Hope that in.
Thank
you
you.
so much and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next category, social media. So Rajiv, I'm starting to lose track of how many social media platforms I'm on. Twitter, Facebook, Google+, LinkedIn.
Tinder.
No, Rajiv, Tinder is your territory, not mine.
No, actually, okay. Okay, Tinder's not my department. Thunder is my department.
Okay, can we get on with it, please?
But I'll agree with Vikram on this
throwing
one.
things at you.
Social media completely and absolutely rules, which is why it's important to recognize a particular social media app or company that has really, really taken things forward this year, really made things stick. So that's our next one.
And I'm going to announce the winner in the name of Kevin Systrom, Mike Krieger, and Mark Zuckerberg. We bestow the Social Media Channel of the Year honor upon, any guesses? Not
Facebook,
quite.
Facebook.
It's part of that
Almost
company.
there.
Almost there. Instagram. You got it. Instagram.
Absolutely right. Instagram, I think this year they really pushed the envelope.
Whom are we going to get to accept it? Ramki, come back.
No,
Okay,
we
no,
have
that-
the
that-
gentleman there.
it's coming.
No.
Okay, no.
Thank you for being here. Thank you very much. Okay, excellent.
Okay,
Great.
lovely.
So congratulations, Instagram, obviously a deserving winner, for sure.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, you want to say something on
Oh, I am receiving. Hello, I receive it on behalf of Instagram, and why I receive it, because my wife uses Facebook and all social media quite high, so that we only, when I go back home, he just tells me, hi, bye.
Okay, so let's make sure that she gets a great picture for Instagram that she'll post right now. Come. I hope your wife is taking this picture. Where are you, ma'am? There, yeah, there she is. Okay. Smile.
This is the Instagram moment.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, now to the most, one of the most significant honors of the evening. This is the honor that is bestowed upon the one piece of technology that's simply blown everyone away with its utility, its innovativeness, its sheer style.
Yes, it's that time and that kind of a product and that kind of an award that we only save up for something that's a true and absolute game changer. This is the gadget of the year.
So from clay tablets and reed styli to, shining glasses, electronic writing implements, we've obviously come a long way. So my first instinct is still to reach out for a pen and paper if I want to write something. But every year I come that bit closer to actually finding a way to doing that electronically. And on that note,
yes, the gadget of the year, very deserving, 100% easily the best that we've used. We've said it in our reviews. There can only be one gadget of the year, the Samsung Note 8.
With the S Pen. I think we should add that.
Congratulations. This is becoming familiar territory. So that was the big award. We can't let you go without a question. And my question is going to be a pretty obvious one.
Mike.
Right? So let me ask the question. She's getting you two mics. We can speak in stereo.
Are you going to ask him the question, or are you going to leave it to me to ask the question?
You can follow up, but this is the question I want to ask. So, after the fact that you did have a slightly interesting yet torrid time with the Note 7.
I knew that. Okay, fine. He asked the question.
Yeah, so you had a slight, I'm using the word slightly. It was interesting, adventurous times with the fact that you had a very, very hot product in the Note 7.
Which was a fiery success in more ways than one.
And we did say that, you know, it's right up there. This success with the Note 8, where literally everything that you can tick mark, you've done with it. Is this relief or is this confidence that this was just one blip and you're back?
Well, you know, Rajiv, Mr. Chandra, and the jury out there, firstly, thank you very much. And above all, we are grateful to our consumers. I think the kind of love and trust, particularly consumers in India, have shown on Samsung, we're indebted. And I guess no surprises with the kind of support and love and the kind of nice words you just used before I came here makes us absolute drivers of the premium smartphone segment in India. Thank you very much. As regards the Note 8, well, it's for people who want to do bigger things, and it's a great device indeed. And I must tell you with my own experience, well, I keep getting to try new technology over the years that I've been here. And I probably say this every time, but I mean it each time. And yet again, I say, there is no better smartphone than the Samsung Galaxy Note 8 right now.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Confidence in the product for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you once again and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you both so much for having been with us.
Thank you for being with us. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
All right. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is a wrap. It brings us to the end of this particular very special function. Thank you so much for turning out in your numbers and making this evening really special.
But of course, before everyone leaves and hits the cocktails, which I think quite a few already have, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank some very important individuals. The Managing Director of Comviva, the Honorable Minister, Shri Manoj Sinha, Shri K.J. Alphonse, COAI, our incredible jury, K&D Communication Limited for all their hard work and support, and of course you, our wonderful audience, not just those that are here, but what we've been seeing all through in the last 2 days, and I'm sure we'll see it all of tomorrow also. I think the numbers, when we had started discussing doing this, the Indian Mobile Congress itself, we had spoken about the fact, will we reach those numbers that we have in Barcelona and other places? I'm very happy to announce that those numbers are already within reach in the first year itself. So I think each of you give yourself a big hand. This is a great national prestige, pride that we take now, that IMC is an Indian award, is an Indian event, and it's right here in Delhi. So congratulations to everybody behind it. And we'll see you next year.
And you've got to keep telling yourself, if it's so good in year one, what's going to happen in year two? That's the other thought that I'm looking at you and pointing to you and saying, yeah, I'm sure it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Right, thank you all so much. Please do join us for dinner in the main hall. We will also fade out this evening, though, with a very special performance right now.
Absolutely. So may your battery and your mobile signals always be full. We'll see you next year. Thank you. Thank you very much. A band that will be playing right now. Dinner is also served, but we'd love you to just stay back for a few moments for the band performance. They've come all the way from Hyderabad. They're absolutely scintillating. So let's give them a few minutes just to get set up and let's hear them out. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Pull the sheets right off the corner. All the mattress that you stole from your roommate back in Boulder.